We are joined now by Fishers Veterinary Hospital's Dr. Jennifer Crow, talking about really something kind of fun today, puppies and kitties.
Yep.
The babies.
Adding a brand new member to your family.
That's really what it is.
It is, and it's very much like bringing home a new baby. You know, lots of new pet parents, owners have questions about, you know, what do I feed them? How often? What do I do with them? Just like a new baby.
And one of the most important things is spay and neuter, right?
Yep. So that's something that we'll talk about in a couple of weeks, but it can eliminate some medical problems. It can help with behavior problems, but most of the time we're going to wait until they're about 6 months old.
Okay.
If you keep an eye on their teeth, they're going to have their their adult fang teeth come in about that time. And at that point, for most of them, we can go ahead and spay and neuter them. And they're old enough, they're big enough to handle anesthesia.
And what are some of the things you want to really look out for when you first bring them home? Like, is this normal or is something wrong?
So change and stress can definitely change their behavior, can change how much they're eating, what's coming out. So basically, they're small enough that most puppies and kittens you can offer food several times a day. That way they don't have low blood sugar because their stomachs aren't big enough to handle a big meal at one time. But if they are acting ill at all, you certainly do want to call and at least talk to somebody at your veterinary office and make sure what you're seeing is normal, because they can get sick quicker, just like a baby at home. But they're going to play a lot, they're going to sleep a lot, so just like a baby.
If you get your new puppy or kitten from an animal shelter versus a breeder, are there differences in how you should take care of it?
Yes. And a lot of it comes to what have they been exposed to.
Okay.
If they're at a shelter, it's a lot like kids in daycare. So you're going to watch out for things like coughing. We've talked about kennel cough. We've talked about loose stools with things like parvo. But parasites are something that most dogs and cats have as puppies and kittens. And so between 6 and 8 weeks, we want to see them for their first vaccine, and we're going to deworm them too. So we're going to be checking whether they come from a breeder or whether they come from a shelter for some of those brand new health things.
And one last question for you. So many kids want a puppy or a kitten. What should you take into account when you're going to pick one out if you have a young child at home?
So you want to look into the breed. You know, you certainly can go on AKC's website and see how they handle with kids and with families, but they're all dogs, they're all animals. They have it all in them to be nice or be mean. So a lot of it is you need to train both the pet and your child how to interact with each other.
So true. Well, Dr. Crow, thank you so much for joining us. And if you're heading out there to get one of those little ones, just be careful and keep all this in mind. Thank you.